Did not. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello,
Sorry
you
about that.
pals.
A little bit of technical difficulties as we get ready to get all festive with you.
Want me to?
No.
Oh, okay. That's.
All right, let's see if we get in the audience.
Hello, 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 hello. There we go. Do you see us, Steve? We see you on YouTube. We're on Twitch. We're on Restream. Hopefully you guys are with us.
There we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
All right, we're getting back at it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your patience. We're going to wait a second until we get started because I goofed everything up. People come rolling in now. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you guys
these are
so
very
much.
Nice.
Yeah,
very nice
you
hats.
guys are so
like our
nice.
hats?
Yeah. Mine is quite long.
That's what she did just say that. So.
I mean, that's why I said that, though, because it's this kind of a party. This kind of a party. Hey, Ryan Minto. Nice to see you.
Scooch on up here, sugar.
Okay.
Closer.
I can't get too much closer.
The goal is to make sure the thing is pointed away from you like that.
Yeah. We might need to go back to...
You can scoot to your right.
I can't. Oh, my right.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. That should do the trick. Hello, everybody.
Sing. What a great YouTube name. What a great social media name, Cicada Sing.
We're going to give it a couple of seconds before we get... Well, I mean, this is all we're doing tonight, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're not recording. Are we recording this? We have to record this.
Yeah, we're absolutely
this.
recording this.
We're going to wait a couple of seconds until we get recording so people can come... Scott-nickel difficulties. Thank you, Steve.
So listen,
hey, John.
Dr. T, thank you so much. He says, love the hat, Miss A. It's quite long. That's what she said. But also, I would like to say...
Yep.
Joe Means on Facebook says, happy Festivus for the rest of us. And we are absolutely Festivusing this entire night. It's Festivus all the way down.
I'm not sure if this is a Linux red hat. Might be a Christmas red hat, unless Linux is, Christmassy. Maybe Linux is festive like the
yours
rest of us.
Yours or mine?
I don't know.
Oh.
I just saw Linux red hat and tried to sound like I knew what the fuck I was talking about. Didn't work out very well for me. All right. Let's get rolling. Hey, Matt McRoberts in the house. All right, David Lamb. Hey, everybody.
Hope you guys are both well.
We got people coming in. We're going to have a festive, great, wonderful, sparkly time as soon as yours truly gets done being grumpy because he screwed it up and had to restart the cast 3 times, which will be very soon. Very soon.
But good news. I brought celebratory glassware.
Fabulous. All right, we got people coming in.
We do.
Still got people rolling in.
Oh,
Daryl,
I mentioned
how are you?
Cicadas Sing on YouTube. I love that name. And they replied, thanks. Full name is Cicadas Sing to hide the existential dread of their short lives. And I like that even better. Why not?
When you said actual name is, I'm like, no, wait, they're actually named Cicada Sing. Like Cicada Sings Jasmine Smith Johnson.
Yeah, that would
2 hyphens.
Also be great.
That would be pretty great.
Christine, sure. I have a bunch of your questions from before also queued up for tonight. So we'll get to these that you're asking now. If any of you guys in the chat room right now have questions that you would like us to discuss while we hang out with you, as long as they're not research deep, we would be happy to do that. Please drop them in the chat.
D79 has 2 weeks off from work. That's wonderful. You can shit. Yes, it's Pimp Claus. Pimp Claus, John. All right, let me take one more look. Gonna hide this.
Okay, if you have like 3 feet of a Santa hat, it is very weird on your head. It weighs a lot.
That's what Santa said.
That's what Santa said.
I'm not sure about Santa. What? There we go. I'll do this right here.
Jenna Leo, we received your glorious card today. Thank you so much. We love you guys too. That is updated.
Okay. Ready?
All righty.
We are actually recording right now.
All righty. Let's go.
Nope. Let me double check to make sure we're recording. I just need more screens. That's the problem.
Oh my goodness, you guys. There's so many screens.
I gotta have more screens.
There's so many screens. There's 4 screens right now, and 2 of them are 3 screens big.
I don't think that math works. But let's give this a shot. Ready?
Yeah, this is 3 pages big, I mean.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's a Shocking Cock Con hat is what this is. This is pretty much, except Shocking Cock Con would have this hat and then a matching hat, which is almost the same size for
He might have your hat and my hat together.
Yeah, that actually, yeah. Put it back up like that. Get the ball. Yep, there you go. That's it. Oh, just step on it. Stepped right on it. Yep, that's the way it goes. All right, guys.
Hey, Dawn, thanks for joining too. How fun.
All right, we're ready to roll. We are rolling,
Are we ready?
hiding that, and
Let's go, go, go.
you ready to set that timer?
I
Lost my mouse.
am.
Set your time whenever you're ready.
Are you going to do the little chatty stuff or no? Or are we just going into...
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
So for housekeeping, we are 31% done with GFL 7's final draft. 31% done. 31.12% done. Actually, don't tell me I don't know math. I know math. Sat's not going to last long. I'm getting a very sweaty head.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Sunday, December 12th, mixtape track number 5, which was Hurt Part 2, went live in the podcast feed. Today, Tuesday, December 23rd, Deep Cuts episode. We should stop saying today in these. We keep doing these because these are for the after the fact. Tuesday, December 23rd, Deep Cuts episode 78, GFL analogs and the 2005 NFL players who matched them went live in the feed. This episode of Deep Cuts, we're just chatting with you all for a big fat pre-Christmas hang. There will be no live stream for the next, what is the day next Wednesday?
The 31st of December.
There will be no live stream 31st December because it's New Year's Eve, and A and I are going to hang out and probably get crocked. Saturday, January 3rd. Oh, snap. Look, I got something done.
Housekeeping.
Oh, no. It's in the other one.
Oh, it's in the other one. We did fix the junkie party. So on January 3rd, our dear friend Steve Rickeberg will be back home from the New Year's Eve celebrations and hosting a happy hour from his time, I think 4 p.m. Pacific time to 11 p.m. Pacific time. He hosts a happy hour where junkies can just come and hang. It is very likely that I will be on that happy hour. Scott is never, very, very rarely on those happy hours because he has music that day. He's in a band.
There it is. I got it.
There you go.
Got it.
And so he will almost assuredly not join, but I will probably join. So we will see you then I will see you then on January 3rd.
Sounds fantastic. I don't know why these buttons don't work, but we'll figure that out at some other time. Almost done with the housekeeping. And of course, if you have any questions you want us to talk about or ideas for future topics for this show, you can email that to info@emptyset.com. You ready to go, babe?
I am.
Okay. We have worn our hats for you all. Now, you can leave your hat on if you so choose. But that is
I'm going to leave my hat on for y'all
totally
until
up to you.
My head gets too sweaty.
My head is already too sweaty. All right. It's too much brain power. That's why I don't have any hair. Burned the hair out from the roots.
Yeah, you read a whole story. Of course your brain is hot.
This is a difficult story, too. All right, here we go.
How
Ready?
dare you also, by the way, before we start.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Ooh, turn that off.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what? Here. Put it on these. I didn't do that. If we put it on these, it'll run, which should not be a problem for Steve. And then we got a little air in here. Much better. Here we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Well, junkies, this is it. The final deep cuts of the year 2025. It sounds like a sci-fi saga, but it's not. It's the year we are in. And coming up very soon is 2026.
As we settle in, please let us know if you have questions, and we'll be right back to chat with you right after this quick break.
And then just we'll be back chatting with you right after this for the podcast.
We'll be back right after this.
Perfect. Set the timer? Is the timer set?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
No, I just have to, whenever you're ready.
Scott, I may be Joe Means says, I may be crazy, we may be echoing a bit. All right, Joe, let me check that out real quick. If I go to QMix, go to mix, I am not hearing any echo. You may be hearing a tiny bit of echo from A's mic. Is anyone else hearing echo? Let me go, before we dive in, pause on that, sweets. Just make sure I don't have any echo going there. Good. All right, Joe, I can't help you with that, but do the best that you can. I'm going back to QMix. I got to fix this. I have so many things I got to fix, you guys. You ready?
I am.
Okay. Ready? Here we go. Oops. Welcome to Deep Cuts, the bonus episode of the Scott Sigler Slices Fiction Podcast, where a sci-fi author and an audiobook narrator discuss things and stuff in the world of fiction, pop culture, and Festivus for the rest of us. I am Scott Sigler, sci-fi horror author, master of feats of strength, and I am here with my partner.
I am A.B. Sigler, audiobook narrator and publisher at Empty Set Entertainment, and tonight we're just hanging out on a Christmas Eve hang with y'all to close out 2025. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you guys all have tea, whiskey, chloroseptic, I don't know, whatever you need to have to hang with us for the next couple of 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Yes. I hope you have all the beverages that make you happy. And stay safe with those beverages. Right?
Just as a reminder, this is a bonus episode of Scott Sigler Slices, not part of any story. You do not need to listen to this to keep up on Scott's current story, but we hope you'll dig the peek behind the storyteller. But we hope you'll dig the peek behind the storyteller curtain regardless.
Okay, to get things rolling, do we have a couple of questions?
We do.
Let's just kick a couple of them. We'll talk holidays and stuff.
Thankfully, we are going to talk holidays. If you guys have questions, you just drop them in the chat room. But we do have a couple of questions from True Blue Junkies. I guess True Red and Green Junkies today. I'm going to start with a few that are very, very fun from Christine McCullough. The first one, which I think is lovely, is regarding Your Story Slay.
Okay.
Now, Your Story Slay includes, if you don't know this, spoiler alert for anybody who's listening and hasn't yet heard Slay. Slay includes a magical skin on the world that we see sometimes.
Correct.
So the question is this. When people in Slay are watching a movie, do they see what the actors really look like? When Billy watches all these movies, are there any actors who are truly, really in real life, goblins, demons, angels, or trolls? And I think that's a great question.
That's an excellent question. And at this time, the answer is no. That is an image captured in a fixed real world medium. So your skin or whatever they wear, whatever the enlightened wear to disguise their appearance so they don't look like trolls or goblins or what have you, is what is going to be captured on camera.
Okay, so that's a great question. That is a sort of a layered question, because now I want to know if Tom Cruise is a goblin in real life, he'll show up as Tom Cruise in the movies, because that goes to acetate, that goes to film. Mm-hmm. But he could still be a goblin in real life.
Or it goes to ones and zeros. You know, anything like that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, that's
so
great.
However you look in it's called the surface. There's the surface, which is what we all experience right now. Then there is the underskin. The underskin is the way things actually really look, i.e., Tom Cruise is probably his ear hair, that because he looks too perfect all the time. It's probably nasty ear hair.
I just want to know when
wax in there, maybe.
I just want to know when I find out what I really am.
Unfortunately, if you don't know you have something hidden, you are actually you. And I sadly am actually me. I'm a conduit, if you will. I am a channeler of what exists for all of you, but I don't get to see this stuff either. How about that question right there?
Yeah, Ryan Minto asks, are all Rixator teams paired male-female? And if so, why?
They are not all male-female. That is what we have seen in the few partnerships we have seen. There is Basil, and he is male-female team. There is, of course, Lincoln and Magda. There is Sophia and Lucas, which are Lincoln's siblings. The Bastion tends to prefer that. You get a little bit masculine, a little feminine energy, even though all of them are death dealers and badasses. Sometimes it helps to throttle things down. There's also pairs that are a Rixator, which is basically a brawler, hand-to-hand fighter like Lincoln, and an Adjurator, which is mostly magical power and mage, although those are Venn diagrams. There are Rixators who can have some magical ability. There are Adjurators who can have some physical prowess. And then there are the monks. The monks are basically both. Finish the Job Johnson was a monk. So was a monk. So Finish the Job Johnson is a very, very dangerous, he's a very dangerous person. But there is no specific requirement for it to be a male-female team. It just happens to be that way. Recluse Mage in the chat room asks, what do you wish you were, in the underskin?
I mean, it's a good question, but this meat sack is full of bullshit. It's just full of bullshit. I get migraines. I'm going through menopause. It's just full of bullshit. If I could, I don't even care if I could transform into a goblin sometimes and eat lemon drops and enjoy myself. I might enjoy that. I don't know. It would be a break when I have a 5-day migraine to slip into somebody else. But I'll have to think about that because apparently I'm nothing thanks to you. How dare.
What if the migraines are actually because you are slipping into the underskin and you forget about it and you go out and you brawl at the 12th or the 13th of every month, and the only way you are brought back to the real world is you get stabbed in the noggin? So when your real world self is here, you have to deal with that migraine.
Yeah, I mean, that might be the case. I still hate it, though. I'd like to remember that because if I'm a badass somewhere, I would like to know it. I'm just going to say.
David Lynn's asking, is that chameleon effect replicated in Nocturnal? The chameleon effect being, is there a separate world where A looks like A, except other times A is a magnificent manticore? That's what you are. You're a magnificent manticore, darling.
How
with gorgeous
I fucking
wings
wish.
and a perfect mane.
How I fucking wish.
No, Nocturnal is Siglerverse. So Nocturnal is all real world physics. All the Siglerverse stuff, there's no magic in any of the Siglerverse books. If it's a real physics, real world, including far future, GFL, anything like that, that is Siglerverse, and no, there's not going to be, you do not have that effect whatsoever.
We did have a question earlier, which was about whether or not as a Festivus gift, we will tell you what the name of GFL Book 7 is. And the answer to that is good looking out. I appreciate the effort, but absolutely not. Because, of course, things are changing a little bit with the next release of the next GFL book.
Yes.
The world has changed. Our ability to predict when we'll have paper to print your books and all that jazz has changed. So what will happen is you guys will know that the new book is coming out when the new book is available to purchase. And we are kind of digging in and trying to figure out how we do numbering and stuff like that. But so far, what we know is you will not know what the book is named until the book is available to purchase.
Josh Cole in the chat room says, is there going to be another book in the Sun Symbol series? And the answer is right now, we don't know. I have overcommitted so badly. In addition to doing a bunch of short stories, most of which are finished. Those are short stories for other people, not for the mixtape series, not for the Scott Sigler Slices. Scott Sigler Slices general overall podcast. Things get notched into that, like the mixtape series, like Slay. Each of those are an individual season within the Slices podcast. So in addition to writing the weekly content that keeps the podcast alive and keeps you guys happy, keeps us in front of you, and keeps the advertising money coming in, I am finishing up GFL Book 7. There will be 2 more GFL books. GFL will run 9 books, 6 novellas, 2 of which are full-length novels. It's exponential girthitude. It is so swollen and turgid. It's massive.
Oh.
You know what it is?
It's Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve.
Oh, can I say? I'll say one more thing. I'll let it go. GFL 7 or GFL series. It's the shocking cock con of fiction.
It is. You can go on. You can go on. That's absolutely true. You can go on. I can't even. What am I can't even argue with that.
And just like shocking cockon, stepped right on it. I have stepped on myself because I have GFL 7 final draft. GFL 8 is in second draft mode. GFL 9, the massive conclusion, is not written yet. Then we have Crypt Book 2, which will be out for Kindle on January 27th, 2026. It is coming. The audiobook should be out January 27th, 2026. Kindle is available for pre-order now. You go to scottsigler.com/voidstrike, VOIDSTRIKE, or go search for Scott Sigler Void Strike at Amazon. You can go from my site. You can go get the Kindle reserved. There is no pre-order for the audiobook yet. 2 is out. Crypt Book 3 is in final draft mode. So once I finish GFL 7, I move on to Crypt Book 3. Then there are 2 more books in the Crypt series. So now we're up to 2 novels. Yes, 1 novel in final draft, 2 novels heading into final draft, 2 more novels that have yet to be written. Then,
but are somewhat outlined.
They're somewhat outlined.
As
and
is
then
some of Slay.
Slay Book 2 is waiting for me to review the final draft. Then we have Slay Book 3 and 4. So there is, how many is this? 8? That's 8.
Yeah.
That's 8 freaking novels. I'm gonna add up all the novels as one. So that's GFL 7, 8, 9, Crypt 3, 4, 5, Slay 2, 3, 4, 9. I have 9 novels I'm working on right now. And if I got the math wrong, go to hell. I don't care. I don't care. All I know is that means I will not commit to writing another novel until I'm done with those, because I need to clear that slate, and only then would I get around to the Sun Symbol series. However, I forgot one. Warpath. Warpath will be out in August 26 of 2026. So right now, you already have 2 novels in 2026 that are for sure going to be out. Probably GFL 7, probably Slay 2, and probably Crypt 3. There you go. It is, yeah, Steve Rickenberg says, that's millions of words. It's millions of words.
And
Literally
I'll give you the
millions.
first 2.
Okay.
Likely GFL 7, absolutely Crypt 2, hopefully Slay 3.
D79 says, how can I get Crypt Book 2 signed? We don't know yet. We've got a couple possible solutions for that. We are not doing a giant pre-order for that. We are not signing them and shipping them. You're going to be getting them directly from Amazon if Athon puts out the hardcover. We're working on that. But what we'll do is we've got, what are they called? Inserts?
We can't do tip-in pages, but let me take over from here. So what we're doing is this. Athon is a non-traditional publisher. Athon themselves don't normally put out print books. They love Scott and work with Scott because we put out print books. However, we are going to figure that out. We're going to figure out how best to do that to support what they're doing and what we're doing. And I'm not going to lie to you, we don't have it sorted out yet, but it very well may be kind of a bulk order situation that goes on. We haven't figured out. We're not going to look into figuring it out until we know when all the books are coming out, which will absolutely be next year. But I will guarantee if you guys want a signed book, print book, we will figure out how to get that to you. I promise you. And, you know, we deliver on our promises.
Jude Stenson in the chat room. Slay Book 2, are you listening? Slay Book 3, it's a glistening. A beautiful sight under skin tonight. Well, I probably should put that at the end. Walking in a fleshy underskin. That's not me. That's Jude. That was Jude. Okay. All right. What other questions we got, babe? Yeah. Recluse Mage. But wait, there's more. Yeah, I am literally the Ron Popeil of fiction. It's crazy.
Okay, so we do have another question. Sean Dyer, who is in the chat room tonight on Discord, has sent in. He always sends in great questions. He's got a handful of follow-ups from our last Q&A.
Okay.
The first one is, also with regard to Slay, the series Slay, are there different varieties of Charofactor worms? And if so, what strange effects might they have? And I didn't know the answer to this one either. I think this is fascinating. I thought Charofactors are like bandages, like antibiotic. But that's a great question.
I would say the Charofactors are more like nanotechnology. From a scientific perspective, if you had an analog with a machine, it would go in, it would analyze your DNA, understand how the structures are supposed to be built, and then produce those structures and kind of be surgical DNA, knit everything all together. Right now, there's only one primary form of Carofax. We've really only seen Magda go to work on humans, but I'm sure she has done work on other people as well. We haven't seen her repair anybody else just yet.
I have a question.
Shoot.
Are all Rixators and adjudators human?
Correct. At this point, everyone in the Bastion is human. So as we get, if you've listened through Slay Season 3, which is complete in podcast form right now, the Jirogumo are this ancient arachnid race that enslaved everything, not just humans, but orcs, goblins, magnificent manticores, just about everything. And
like
we're very
me.
close,
Like me.
very close to taking over, kind of just permanently establishing indefinite dominance over the entire planet and over the patchwork down, which is the part of the underworld, the patchwork and all of the different mythos that go there. And it was a human-led initiative to form the Bastion to get organized and to unify all of the different races and fight against the Jorgum and eventually drive them into submission. So the Bastion is, we haven't seen it yet, the Bastion's a pretty damn racist organization, which is a big part of what Link's problem has been. He's coming out of an organization that treats non-humans as monsters. So all the monsters you see in all the tropes on TV.
Which he did too. We saw that happen with some of his friends where
Yes.
he had to realize that was true.
Correct. He was not looking at certain non-humans as equals. They were all other, if not just flat out monsters, flat out evil. And a little bit like Quentin Barnes and GFL, Link had to gradually realize these other individuals have their own thoughts, dreams, wants, and needs. They have value. And in Link's limited worldview, some of these motherfuckers can brawl. They can go. They can fight. And if he's not fighting to kill them, figuring out how to work side by side with them, he has been constantly surprised that a lot of these so-called monsters have loyalty, honor, integrity, and bring a lot to the battling table. So it'll get more significant for him.
I am absolutely excited about this because I hadn't seen the corollaries between the Slay universe and the GFL universe. I do have to say, it is time for a quick break. If you have a minute, listen to any ads that pop up. There are only one or two, and it really helps the show. And we'll be back right after this.
I'm going to close that. Okay, let me go over here.
You're going to welcome back to Deep Cuts.
I will. Just going to stop this. Save it. Start recording again.
Oh.
A little shout out. Sorry, babe.
That's okay.
You could tell when I screwed up everything and then got grumpy about it.
Doing great.
Okay, ready?
And you're live. Yeah.
Welcome back to Deep Cuts. Ho, ho, ho.
This episode, we are just chatting with y'all on Christmas Eve because we love you.
Yep.
So I do, before we move on to more questions that anybody has or anything you want to share, I do want to say that this is the last episode that we have planned for 2025. And I want to celebrate with you guys. You know, we celebrate the wins all the time. That's our job. We celebrate the wins because sometimes wins are fucking hard to come by. My entire family is out for Christmas break, and we were supposed to get together for Christmas. My mom, my brother, and my sister-in-law are in the chat right now, and we can't because some folks got sick and we can't get together live. So we just exchanged presents today distantly, and I'm still thrilled to have gotten to spend some time with my brother and my sister-in-law, who I love to distraction, and that they get to spend time with my folks and that I get to see my folks and enjoy my folks and celebrate with my folks. It's super important to me, even though our plans had to change a little bit. So if you guys have things that you want to celebrate for Christmas or the end of the year, please let us know. But before we do that, While you answer this next question,
Okay.
I am going to put up a little Christmas toast.
Okay, sounds good. So the question we have is from Zach in the chat room. Can you give us a teaser on what direction you will go with Quentin Barnes's kid? So in GFL 6, we learned that Quentin Barnes and Becca the Recca Montaigne, who are married, by the way, there's no living in sin going on with that particular
Not that
couple.
we care.
That's right. John Tweedy and Quentin's sister have that absolutely. They got the sin side. It's all covered. So I'm not going to do any spoilers right here in case anybody out there has not got through GFL Book 6, The Gangster. Oh, I'm sorry. The Gangster.
No, you did not. No, you did not. That's the first time he's ever said that word, you guys. And you guys all saw it live.
So, yes, the child is extremely significant and will tie together several of the novellas, and it will lead into GFL Book 9. It'll be part of the denouement of the entire series. If the child survives, it might be involved in the epilogue of the entire series. That's really all the clues I can give you at this particular time. If you want to move on to another question, go
Scott
ahead.
is going to open that. I am going to say, first things first, Ange SC has joined the chat on Facebook to say, hey, friends, and we love you, and we're so glad you're here. Sean P. Dyer says, oh, right, before I forget, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus, Happy Kwanzaa, Yule, Solstice, and Happy New Year to all along with any holiday I may have missed. And that is my perfection. That's exactly how I want that to be. I want all of you guys to celebrate and be happy and peaceful no matter what the next 7 days look like in your life.
There you go.
Thank you. I would like to say thank you so much.
Oh.
You guys, I have not heard Hurt before, or I have not read Hurt before he reads it live. And I know that this was a very powerful story for you, and it was a very powerful story for me. And I appreciate that last chapter. Hard though it was. I was not expecting it. Congratulations.
Cheers. Thanks, babe. So if you've just joined us, I do read live new fiction every Wednesday at this particular time. And that story was called Hurt. It was 3 parts. It was from Mixtape Volume 1, which is stories based on songs and music. And this tracks, 3, 4, 5, and 6 were the 3 parts of Hurt, which is a story inspired by Johnny Cash's cover of the Trent Reznor penned 9 Inch Nails song. If you've not heard Johnny Cash's version of Hurt, fire up your Spotify, your Apple Music, your Amazon Music, or just go buy the thing. It's just it was one of the last songs he recorded. It's produced by Rick Rubin, who's an absolute American icon and a genius of music production. And Rick Rubin convinced Johnny Cash to cover this song, which from Trent Reznor's perspective was about addiction and stardom overwhelming him, and Trent starting to lose connection with his family and his friends and being overwhelmed by the juggernaut that is or was the music machine back in those days. And when you have Johnny Cash read the same damn song or sing the same song, but the way Johnny Cash does it, it's this really powerful epilogue to his entire life. It's like a gravestone that he got to write in real time.
It is an absolutely beautiful bookend, right? For 9 Inch Nails to do it as young, visceral, powerful rock god men, and then to have Johnny Cash do it similar, like do the same. He didn't change the lyrics at the end of his life as a human, not just a performer. It's so powerful. It's so powerful.
In the chat room, just popped in Mark Hatfeld, a fellow Olivet College comet from Olivet in Michigan. Welcome, Olivet alumni, Mark. We're happy to have you. And Joe Means in the chat room says, even Trent Reznor said that song is now Cash's song. I got to go back. I've been saving a couple of Trent Reznor interviews because frankly, I think I'm gonna cry like I'm 5 to watch Trent Reznor, who is beyond accomplished. He's done everything there is to do in the music world. He's had visionary videos, groundbreaking music, has kind of defined sort of that hard rock techno genre, along with Ministry and a couple other bands. And to have that guy come out and just be overwhelmed that the Man in Black covered his song, it's as a musician and as a storyteller, it's going to be very powerful. So I'm looking forward to it. You guys you'll not be watching that. You will not be seeing any of that. It'll be for just little old me.
Yeah. Recluse Mage, I'll look into that. Gangster was on Apple, so if it's not, I'll look into that and let you know.
Is he Recluse Mage? Are you talking about the book, the ebook Gangster, or the
I'm
audiobook?
almost sure the audiobook.
Okay, Recluse Mage, let us know in the chat. Ebook, audiobook, or podcast? Because the podcast hasn't got there yet. All right, moving on up. What else we got, babe?
To the east side. So I do want to say that if you guys are not part of the Sigler Junkies Discord and you're people who are online a lot, we are now a lot more active in the Sigler Junkies Discord. Hopefully, Steve Rickyberg, you can drop a link into the chat for this.
Yep.
This past weekend, we gave each other the gift of a night out. So we went to a hotel in San Diego called the Lafayette. And the Lafayette is a historic hotel. It was built in the 1800s. It has been refurbished. It's very Mad Men fun
Oh my God.
and indulgent.
So awesome, you guys.
It was super fun. If you guys don't yet follow Scott on Instagram, you should follow him on Instagram and see the
I'll put the URL in the chat
video
room.
from this past Saturday that we did. It was super fun. It's, all decked out for the holidays. It's the Lafayette Hotel Swim and Banquet Club or something like that. I can't remember what the name is on Facebook.
No,
but it's something like that.
Isn't there cabana in the name?
Oh yeah, not banquet.
Swim
cabana.
and cabana.
Yeah,
Club,
cabana club. Yeah,
it doesn't get more Mad Men.
We
than
did not
this.
swim or cabana, but we stayed there for one night so that we could enjoy all their holiday things. And if you guys haven't done this, if you guys haven't given the people you love in your life the gift of an experience instead of a thing, we had the best time. At least I had the best time.
It was great. It was phenomenal. So if you follow me on Instagram, the story's still up. I did a video. I was overwhelmed by the room we got. It was very swank. There is a couple, 2 videos and 1 picture right there. So yeah, there were snakes all about the room. There were many addendums. I think you guys should check it out. I don't have that prepared to show you now. Maybe we'll show them at another time.
Yeah. And like I said, if you go to scottsigler.com/ Instagram.com/Scott Sigler, no spaces, you will see that video. It was super, super duper fun. It was very, very nice that we got to kind of sneak in there on points and get to do that. It was very, very fun.
And we're going to talk about this too for a minute. We really are in a lot of different places. We throughout 20 years of us working together in my writing career, particularly before I was published, my goal was to try and be where people can find a place. For example, that's hold on. We got a
1 second, you guys.
Selected drivers not found. What the hell is that? Save that and try recording again. See if it works. Sometimes it just goes. Otherwise, Steve's screwed. You turned off the thing, dude. I guess no, you didn't. Vamp for a second, baby. See if I figure this out.
So we had trouble figuring out what we might get for each other for the holidays. And because we travel for work a lot and I do logistics for work quite a lot, I sometimes have I always use hotels.com. So this is a little thing. If you guys don't do this, always book your hotels at hotels.com or kayak.com or tripadvisor.com. Choose whichever one you want, but choose the thing and always book there because they give you points themselves. And we had points running out at the end of this year. So we did that.
All right. So it looks like the recording stopped. So I'll jump back in.
Sure.
So early in my career, before I was published, it was really important to be everywhere, which was at that time, it was pre-Facebook. That's how old we were. There's a lot of work done on Twitter and trying to beat all the different social media sites that popped up. Eventually, we had scottsigler.com, which had 14,000 registered users and had hundreds of people on there every day in the chat rooms. Facebook came out and ate our lunch, and we lost most of that audience. And then we got slammed. Managing spam became basically a full-time position in our company.
Oh my
It was nonstop. We couldn't figure it out. No one could stop it. All the chat rooms are not endlessly full of it. So finally, we were like, we're spending too much time on this. We need to write. So we just cut all of that out. But now we're at Discord. We're at Instagram. Instagram.com/ScottZiegler, Facebook.com/ScottZiegler, YouTube, which many people are watching this live right now, YouTube.com/ScottZiegler. We are also on Blue Sky, Mastodon. Am I missing the big ones? Where Threads has become
LinkedIn,
bigger for us. LinkedIn, we try to be everywhere. We are doing the Discord thing and trying to get back into it. There's also an ad-free podcast we have available at scottziegler.supportingcast.com. No.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not.
Oh,
.com.
it's not.
No, it's
Okay.
not. Some weird. Hold on.
.fm.
.fm. That is a place where you can go, and if you listen to podcasts after the fact and you hate all the ads being put in there, which we got to do to make money, you can go pay a small fee every month, and there's different sliding scales you go up so that you can get all of our stuff directly through there. So we really try hard to be just about everywhere we can. And
Absolutely.
spread's still a little bit thin, but it's the way it is.
We're spread pretty thin, but we're happy about it because we are two people who we run this house together. We run this business together. We run this cast together. So we have to figure out how to manage all of those together, but we're glad you're here for us doing it. So I want to say, so we went this past weekend to have a holiday hangout. If you haven't followed Scott on Instagram, please do that. It was very, very fun. But I do want to come back into the chat and say Joshua the Jedi is in the YouTube chat room, is a good friend of ours, and he says, now I realize that Johnny Cash was way gothier than any of my fellow black trench coat wearing compatriots, at least in essence. And here's the interesting thing. I bring that up to say the first message that Joshua put into the YouTube chat tonight was, oh my God, I was such a goth in high school. So was I. And I also agree with you. I'm 2 decades older than you, a decade and a half older than you, Joshua. And I also have that exact same thing happening with this rendition of Johnny Cash's Hurt, and also Johnny Cash in general. I absolutely did not realize how entirely metal Johnny Cash was in his entire life. And he actually wrote a song called Ring of Fire, and somehow I missed it.
Ring of fire.
But absolutely,
burns,
yes.
Burns, flames growing higher.
So we do, another note is Joe Means says, you restarted Lamps Across America.
I've restarted Lamps Across America. Now, we're not doing a lot of traveling right now. I just took a couple of trips to LA and I didn't take a lot of lamp pictures, but we have several lamp pictures from the Lafayette, and they have just crazy lamps. So Lamps Across America was a simple way for me to, we were like, we got to put content in the feed. We're doing all these cons. What do we do? And one of our friends said, why don't you take pictures of lamps? I'm like, sounds good. Let's just do no.
One of our friends said Scott should suggest put up a post saying, which tie should I wear today? And he was like, fuck that. I'm choosing my own fashion. I will ask them a different question. Yeah. And he was like just sharing Lamps Across America, which is way better. Way better.
Lamps Across America is very, very fun. Give me a chance to. There will be more Lamps Across America. And I put them everywhere. Instagram, Blue Sky, Mastodon, Threads, and we're now starting to try and get more into Twitch. So, we got holiday stuff we want to talk about, babe?
I don't think we have a ton of holiday stuff.
Folsom Blue. In the chat room, people are now talking about their favorites Johnny Cash songs. Jude says A Boy Named Sue was the staple. Sean says Folsom Prison Blues. For him, of course, Ring of Fire. Of course, Hurt. There are many. But the thing, we're
A Boy
almost
Named
finished.
Sue, Jude.
The reason it's hard to talk about Johnny Cash at the holidays at all is because Johnny at some point met the absolute love of his life, and they were thick as thieves. And that last album that Johnny did, that Rick Rubin did an incredible job. The whole thing is just Johnny, his voice, his guitar, and like that's it. It's stripped down.
Yeah.
And June Carter Cash got to sing on several of those tracks, and she sounds old as hell and still sounds good. And it's one of those gorgeous stories for all of the demons that they both had, they had to conquer their demons to be with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And they conquer their demons for each other. And A&I have been through a lot of
us.
Stuff you bitches will never know about. But we've been through a lot of things. And it's that when you find that blazing comet in the sky, that North Star that guides you home, and then you fuck up and you're like, you know what? And you get that other chance. Like, I don't care what I got to change. I got to change some stuff. And to know what they've gone through, there's a lovely biopic about them with Joaquin Phoenix. It's great. But to know that they went through that, and then they were together into their 80s, I believe, maybe late 70s. And when June Carter Cash finally passed on, Johnny did not last long, because it was a lot of what was the point? What's the point?
I made you promise.
Everything from here is good and fun, and I like all these people, but my life is not my life without that person. So it's Cash gets to me. He gets to me.
And I'll say this: they were hard loving people, and their life was hard. And I don't want anybody's life to be that hard. I didn't want my life to be that hard. But I will say this: I have asked Scott to not make me live without him, which is a terrible ask. It's a terrible ask. But I would rather do that. I would rather never live in a world where Scott Sigler doesn't exist, for me anyway.
And I have volunteered, like, yep, don't worry about it. Thanks, babe. This does not sound romantic, but to us it's romantic. I promised I'll be the one to put you in the dirt. Hopefully not actively.
Yeah, well.
It
depends on how much I'm mouthing off, you guys. Come on.
Well, we shouldn't be laughing about that, but it's so funny. Joshua the Jedi says he's 45, graduating 98, not as young as you think. And Zach Kirkpatrick says, I just finished the Infected series. Should I mention this? I don't think I should mention this because it's a giant spoiler.
Nope. No, don't.
Zach, you can email.
We're not going to mention that. And if you email us your email address, Scott will answer you, but that's such a huge spoiler for the podcast.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
So email info@emptyset, because we don't know how to reach out to you. If you email us, we will send you that answer for sure. For sure. All right, I think we've got most of these questions covered. I can jibber jab along. Recluse Mage says, Scott with a rather nice singing voice there. Obviously, right? It's so good. It's so good. It's so fun because singing as the lead singer is a thing that happened for Scott in lockdown in 2020. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was hard going. I am not a subtle individual. He's not. I'm not good at fine detail work that requires patience in anything other than literally putting words in order to make sentences and paragraphs and pages and chapters and stories. Or being nice to me. Both of those things. Yeah. He's always nice to me. But that comes naturally. Like being nice to I like it. I like doing that. But with I had a great sports career. It was awesome. I got to play 4 years of high school football. Got to play 2 of those with my dad as the head coach, which is without a doubt one of the things I want to be able to remember when I'm on my deathbed after A is in the ground, because it was sensational. And I'm still a tiny guy. I was an even tinier guy back then. My senior year of football, I weighed 125 pounds. You cute though. I was small, but I was also slow. So I had all of that and not very coordinated.
But I worked my ass off in football, worked super hard all the time. I'm like, you know what? You're going to knock me down, but eventually you're going to fucking get tired and I'm going to fucking get you. Cause I'll be, the thing I control, I'll be in better shape. I'm going to fucking get you. And I eventually I achieved all those little minor goals to somewhere in practice to put someone on their ass and make them feel bad that the tiny man had hurt them. And then they beat the crap out of me after. But then wrestling was also wrestling. I got to wrestle my weight. But I'm not very good. I was never very good at any of the combat sports, except the only thing I could control was the conditioning, training, and absolutely the intensity. So the universal solvent for me in my entire life has been anger and rage. The angrier I get at something, the harder I hit things, the more damage I take en route to my goal, eventually I get there. And I have taken 5 years to learn that does not work with singing. It doesn't work. You can't beat up your throat. You can't beat it up.
It doesn't. You have to be nice to your instrument, no matter what that instrument is. So if any of you are musicians out there, you already know that. If any of you are singers or dancers out there, or people who use or narrators out there for audiobooks, that is also true for you. You cannot abuse your instrument at all. So we are almost out of time, but I want to check in with a few things in the chat room. Steve, the Iceberg, Rickyberg on YouTube says, I can't imagine a subtle Scott.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that because Scott's public persona is wildly, wildly not subtle. But if there is anyone who doesn't understand that Scott has deafness, I know Steve does because we work with Steve every day. But if you don't understand that Scott has deafness, I would suggest you listen to some of the short story collections because they are very, very, very hurtful and mean to me because I cry every time.
Well, I think Hurt was rough for me to get through just the general concept of the story, like the beginning concept, that there are these 4 people who are literally, to say the weight of the world is on their shoulders is an understatement, because the weight of the next world is on their shoulders. And if they don't get the job done, then as human beings, everything we have been, everything we've accomplished, everything we ever were or never were, all goes away because there's no one left to remember it. This is a story where there hasn't been a first contact. It's just us. We don't know what has happened in the past. But watching these 4 people who are put together for reasons we don't know that aren't explained in the story, but they are the 4 mothers of humanity. And then watching that gradually break down over giant leaps in time was super upsetting to me. I think I cried on the first story, I think.
Yeah. And the thing for me is I have never, ever imagined being one of the last. But so much so that I didn't imagine how that would play out for me. So I had to learn this tonight. Oh no, I'm Avara. I am there. I am absolutely that human. I am that person, which I don't want to believe I am. But I'm me first all the time, apparently.
Sean Dyer says, good thing I don't make a living with my voice. I abuse the shit out of my voice the entirety of October. That's a funny thing is I've literally made a living primarily with my voice for the last 20 years through podcasting. And when you are reading a story, I've only recently started to get some of the techniques I need to properly have the right resonance and the right depth. Ryan Minto's in the chat room. I used to work with Ryan Minto way back when. I have a fairly high-pitched, loud, like mid-range, lower, upper range voice. And that's how I naturally sort of speak until I've learned to calm down and relax all of this business between the head and the shoulders. And then I've got a much better reading voice. That being said, the amount of screaming I do on a regular basis. If you guys
About
have
everything.
ever been to a bar with me, it's going to get loud and we're probably going to get thrown out.
And I am just saying, if you don't know this already, it's not about things Scott is mad about. Sometimes Scott just screams. Okay, today, as I mentioned, our holiday got a little bit sideways. And so today I spent a little bit of time driving up to my parents' house to exchange gifts and food because we're going to Zoom Christmas now. And even so, when I came home, I shouted, we live in a townhouse. I shouted up the stairs, "Hey, I'm home, mama." And 9 minutes later, Scott texted me, "Bro, are you home?" Because he heard me cough. There was a high register or sneeze or something. He heard me do something that was higher register. But we also had tree trimming outside the house today. So me shouting up the stairs, he didn't hear. Here's the thing, you guys. I sneezed or coughed in the house, and he was like, "Are you home?" Because there was a spooky sound. Do you know do you know what the last thing I would do if I heard a spooky sound in my fucking house would be? It would be to text him and say, "Hey, are you home?" I would have been out the fucking door, out the door, down the street, at the grocery store. I would have been at Kroger's. I'd have been at Kroger's, and he's like, "Did you cough?"
I wrote the time it took her to go. My head wrote a whole, I'm going to guess 4,000 word story. It does not end well for anyone involved. We did have a comment in the chat room. Let me see if I can find this. Loman asks, "What is your opinion on dogmen or other cryptids?" So I just pasted in a link. Those of you listening at home, you'll have to listen to this. BlackstonePublishing.com. If you search for Weird Tales magazine, issue 372, which is still available and is not sold out yet, but probably will soon. There is that the one room in there? Yeah, it's the cryptids issue. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm a very modest person. I don't tend to exaggerate or tell tall tales outside of the pages of fiction. This is the single greatest cryptid story that has ever been penned in the history of mankind. And that includes the people who died from cryptids in the 1600s and the 1500s. It's called Meetup, MET-UP, like meetup.com, the app where you would get together with others who have similar likes and or interests. You're going to want to read the story. It's a blast. So therefore, that is the answer to your question. How do I feel about the dog man? The dog man is in my story. The dog man is the main character of my story, sirs and or ma'ams. So check it out. In chat room, MXV says, "I think Scott may be associated or otherwise in league with the dog man." Yes,
we talked about it.
That's him. I think they asked the question to start with. And we had a couple other ones.
Now, if you find any more, let's do that. If not, you guys.
Josh was like, "Scott is joyfully loud when beers are involved. I approve." Yes. And we got a couple of random tips in this one. Thank you, Michael
Thank
Moore.
you guys so much.
Thank you,
it's
D79.
so lovely.
There was one more. I'm sorry, I have to go back and look at it. It's yeah. And as Recluse Mate says,
she said yes.
The cryptid issue is only $4.50, and that is Weird Tales magazine, which is edited by our family friend and phenomenal author Jonathan Mayberry. It is 100-year-old magazine, an absolute slice of Americana and horror. I would resubscribe to it. You guys should consider subscribing to it. We don't even get a taste. We got no veg on the top of this. We're just saying it's
love
wonderful.
It. And why
Lots
not?
of great stories. And as a general rule of thumb, anything Jonathan Mayberry does, you should just buy it and read it. Sean says, "The crypt is the same timeline as the GFL. The timeline is in the Siglerverse, which isn't easy to link while on mobile. You can, go to Siglerpedia.scottsigler.com, search for GFL timeline or Siglerverse timeline. And if you goof around there, we've got a lot. After 20 years, we've got a lot of stuff. MXV says, how many Funko Pops do you own?
This is going to be the last question we answer tonight's cast because you guys all also have holiday stuff to do. So we don't want to keep you too long. But how many Funko Pops does he have? It's a very good question. You see the ones behind us. I see at least 12 in front of us, including a custom-made Funko Pop of Scott's first grandnephew. And tomorrow I will take that down from the bookshelf and he can photograph it and put it in his feed on his socials. But I will say, if you guys don't know this, Funko will let you Funko yourself or someone you love. So if you have a need for gifts of any ilk that Funkos could do, please do that. And the reason I know that is because we have a good friend who started as a fan who, when we got married, modified actual Funko Pops. I think mine was Agent Carter and yours was...
We take pictures of that too.
Zur, I think.
No. Don't start. Those are custom Funko Pops, sculpted from images of us, 3D scans, in not clay, diamond paste. Sculpted in diamond paste. Put into a mold of actual gold and platinum with diamond nipples for both of us. It's not sexist, it's both of us. And then made not out of plastic, ladies and gentlemen, but a super double helix polymer. That at some point, when the stars are correct, we'll get up and walk.
I'm just saying this. Our good friend, also fan, Monster Shannon, for our wedding, modified already existing Funko Pops in 2020, and Funko went, oh shit, y'all. Let's make them able to Funko their Pops. And after Shannon did it, now you can Funko your Pop. If you need a specialized gift for a wedding, a birth, anything like that, consider that because it was super fun. Everybody in the family loved it for different reasons. We're not at all sponsored or anything. It was so surprisingly exciting. I wanted to let you know if you go to Funko Pop, there is a way to Funko yourself or someone you love.
Hold on. We got to talk about a couple Funko Pops. And I know we got to hang out, babe. But...
No, we don't. I mean, we do, but we don't. What's your favorite? Do you want me to go?
No, I honestly don't. I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
Do you want me to go get ours?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
So,
I'll be right back, you guys. Anything he says is only halfway true while I'm gone.
Unless I yell. Then it's always true. If you yell,
then it's not.
It's always true. It's always true.
And if he says anything about my butt, it's not true.
Richard Reed in the house. Treed, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Treed. Mr. Sanchez, where can I buy a Scott Pop for my pop jar? Don't know. We'll have to work on that. This is one of my favorites. Now, the thing is, the Funko Pops, most of these motherfuckers fall over. Who fucking makes these goddamn things? They're fragile. They've like this bitch right here. That's a White Walker. Do you know what's missing? What's wrong with this picture? There's no beer in it. What's wrong with this picture? There's no spear in it because he broke his friggin' arm because he fell over. There's literally gluey tack. I don't know what it's called. Gluey tack on his feet to try and get him to stand up. So my favorite Funkos are the ones that actually don't fall over. For example, Frederick Krueger Esquire with his little claws right there. It's that's so cute. How do you get... So all of my Funkos are monsters. And one of the original badasses, The Creature from the Black Lagoon. If you guys want to read an awesome nonfiction book, it's called... Gosh darn it. Google The Creature from the Black Lagoon and Mallory O'Meara. Mallory O'Meara, Creature from the Black Lagoon. The Lady from the Black Lagoon. Absolutely fantastic nonfiction book about the creation of the Creature of the Black Lagoon. It is incredible. And of course, then...
The Swamp Thing was made by a lady.
Coming to America. Fuck you too. I love this one so much. This is one, I only have two that aren't actual monsters of some form or another. But these things, believe it or not, they're great little talismans. They don't take up a lot of space. Some level of inspiration. But if you guys have read my work, there's an enormous amount of monsters in my work. And I draw inspiration. I love monster movies. I love horror movies. Like Freddy Krueger is basically a monster horror movie, but anything that's got an actual monster, the Alien series, Predator, King Kong, Godzilla, all of that classic stuff. God, I'm drawing a blank on them right now. Okay, let's get back to the main. Go ahead, babe.
So we'll close out by saying this. A million years ago, we had a fan email in and say, hey, I want to make my entire wedding bouquet out of books, make petals for books. And we sent a copy of Nocturnal for that so that she didn't have to deface her copy of Nocturnal. Years and years later, today in 2025, a decade later, I will show you this. I'm showing you in the
Yep. Oh yeah, it's really good. Forgot about that.
Is one
Pages
of the
in my
flowers that was made from the pages of Nocturnal, where Rex has his first arm-based accident. If you guys are familiar with that story, that is what she chose to make for her wedding bouquet. She made the whole book. And then when I got married in 2020, by then we were dear friends, and I asked her to send me something old. So this is the flower from her bouquet that she sent me for something old, because it was old by then, for me to carry when I got married in lockdown in 2020. I will also say, when she sent that at my request, she and her daughter also made a little bouquet for me when I went, because we were in lockdown. We had to go apply in person for our license. And she gave me this to carry. It's orange and black and white. I love that. And that
real quick,
same
let's
person,
make sure we get this out there. No, Funko Pops are not edible.
No.
And if you consume a Funko Pop, Empty Set Entertainment LLC in no way endorses the eating of Funko Pops. And if you do eat a Funko Pop, we are not responsible for any digestive or accident that you may happen to your digestive system.
And this was the cake topper that she made for me. She
Diamond
made
Dust.
it from I believe an Agent Carter. Carter.
What is
Funko
your
Pop.
obsession with thinking that this wasn't crafted for us, 3D scanned
I
from
will
us?
say she's holding a little empty set.
Yeah, that's right.
Little empty set. I don't know, clipboard or something. Redheaded. I have a giant mouth and this has no mouth, but I'm not mad about it because cute shoes, cute dress, all the things, red hair. And Scott,
what's up, motherfuckers? It's got my jersey on it.
Jersey.
It's got my face lettuce. A little bit gray for my taste, frankly. Well, I've been dyeing it since then. So a little, look at that.
And I know.
Shit, Kraken's jersey and everything, man. It's great.
And you've turned it around a couple of times, so I'll show you guys. There's something here on the back, and it's not worth, it won't focus if I show you, but it says, hey, just in case, I licked this head. So our friend Shannon, who made it before she sent it, licked the Funko's head for good luck.
And then she labeled it to make sure that that we know.
She labeled it. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much.
Chat room's bumping, but you know what? We're going to go hang out and we're going to do some Christmas Eve stuff. And, little Fortnite probably.
Oh, for sure.
Probably eat too much. So tomorrow I can complain that I'm not going to make weight. And,
do you miss the Tony Stark chin strap?
Ryan Mitchell in the chat room says, do I miss the Tony Stark chin strap? To some degree, yes, except now on the sides, it's very thin and chin strappy, coming up into some fairly luxurious sideburns. I'm not going to lie.
Lamb
the
chops.
Tony Stark requires a level of detail work on the face, and my attention span is not great. So there were times that Tony Stark would be like, I'm doing this, I'm listening to an audiobook, I'm like reading a tweet, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta shave it all off and start all over again. So I try to keep something relatively maintained. Good night, Joe. Good night, everybody. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. We will see you in a couple. Oh shit, I stopped recording this. Oh, we gotta do our sign off.
Yeah. Do you want to do that now and then?
Yeah,
chat
let's
a
do
little
it.
bit?
Let's do our sign
it.
off. Oh,
Let's
cool.
go back.
Cool.
Yeah, hang with us if you got nothing else going on. We're just going to close out the
Steve, sorry
recording.
about this. I got a little carried away. Edit this the best you can.
We love it.
Where's I lose a script? I lost a script. All right, you got a
That's
script?
okay. It's right here. Yeah, I can do it.
No, I got it, buddy. That is it for this holiday celebratory episode of Deep Cuts.
We will be back in 2026, eventually when we figure out how that looks, but we will not be back next week.
Until then, you all smell an awful lot like flowers.
Happy New Year.
Do it again, but don't whisper.
Happy New Year.
Much better. Good job.
Thanks.
Yep.
We can hang out a little while longer. We do have to end because other people have stuff to do, including editors and stuff.
So this is super fun. I am not busted out the Funkos. Excuse me while I whips this Funko out.
There are also, you guys
Bye,
can't
Virginia.
see, kind of
Virginia
in
was
front
announced.
of
I
us.
miss Virginia. Hey, Virginia. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, Genia, I have been meaning to email you for ages. It's been a crazy month, but I will. In front of us, there are
Bye, Genelia.
bookshelves.
Yep.
And on the bookshelves, I can actually count 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13 more Funkos. So Scott loves a Funko.
They're great.
But they have to
them.
be.
They're great.
They kind of have to be monsters or villains.
They got to be. I prefer monsters. Just because they're cool looking. We got into the Funkos because I used to have a lot of the larger stuff, like some larger aliens and the creatures from Independence Day.
Yeah.
And
I
I had the gorillas from Congo, which is a great monster, super fun monster movie.
I forgot about that because it was back in the office.
It was back in the office, but we had a lot more space back then, and I was a lot of them I had brought with me from Michigan, then San Francisco, San Diego. But the Evil Queen and I, we had split up, so I was basically a bachelor for the first time in a very, very long time. And we worked in the office together. We weren't dating. We were just business partners back then. But it was 1,800 square feet, the basement of an old church. It was this massive space, and I could get anything I wanted. Keep in mind, at this point, I'd already moved from Michigan to San Francisco, from San Francisco to Michigan, back San Francisco again. And most of my treasures were in my former father-in-law's basement. And eventually I got tired of it. I got tired of moving everything. So the books I had for 30 years, all the old CDs, cassettes, anything like that, eventually I was like, dude, I just keep moving this stuff and it just stays in boxes, or I'm paying for it to be stored. So all of that stuff, I finally just bit the bullet, Marie Kondo'd the shit out of everything. And then I sort of discovered, I don't know who gave me a first Funko, but I discovered Funkos, and they're great because they're so little and they don't take up a whole lot of space, which is what little means. And they're durable and they don't break, except for a couple of the Funkos I showed you that did break. And it was great because like I got to get a lot of my favorite monsters because I've been inspired by monsters forever. This is no longer a goal of mine, but one of my original goals was I wanted to create a monster that became as culturally significant and canonical as Dracula, the Wolfman, Frankenstein, the Mummy, the Alien, and the Predator. Like I wrote that shit down. That was one of my top 10 goals. Part 2 of that goal was I wanted to create a monster and have so much success with the monster that Stan Winston would do the special effects for it. Stan Winston did the original, did the Aliens effects, did Pumpkinhead, which is to me one of the most underrated monster movies of all time. I've seen Pumpkinhead 100 times. I have it on DVD. I can quote the whole goddamn movie.
One of. But that's his.
It's my jam.
That his.
Because the whole Appalachian thing, and it's not in space. It's great. So I discovered Funko Pops, and like these are little things where I get the inspiration. I get the things that inspired me as a little kid, as a preteen, as a teenager, as a college kid, as a 20-something to keep digging, keep creating. Like I am going to fucking get my platinum record, except my platinum record was a monster. And that was it. So now I got a bunch of them, and they're great. And they don't take up very much space at all. They're super fun.
And this is the queen.
The queen.
The
Yep.
Funko Pop queen. It's absolutely
amazing.
gorgeous and insane.
It's the second biggest Funko Pop I own. The first biggest is the
It's so
Stay Puft
insane.
Marshmallow Man, which is gigantic.
Yeah, but up there, we can't get to that.
Yes, it's wonderful. So, Recluse Mage, travel safe, buddy.
Travel
Kevin Mess in
safe.
the house. Kevin Mess, are you still here? Kevin Mess,
Hey,
if you're still
Kevin
here,
Mess.
throw in a little chat for us, buddy. Kevin Mess. Kevin, I don't think my nephew and niece-in-law have yet taken up that opportunity to go see your child's creative expanse. But they
are
will soon.
absolutely...
They're exhausted parents, too.
Well, they're exhausted parents,
Exhausted
too.
parents.
And they're absolutely stoked and sort of flummoxed that they can go somewhere and meet somebody that they've never met who...
Go hook them up. Well, I mean, I'm
Well,
hooking
no.
them up, yeah.
I mean, I think it's actually that we'll know Scott and somebody that they've never met that would be joyful to know Scott.
Yeah.
And it's such a fun thing
And-
on both sides. But they are new parents.
And Kevin,
so-
tell your progeny the naming is coming. I haven't figured it out yet, but absolutely, Kevin's. You guys in the chat room, Kevin's son got a George Starcher quote as a fucking tattoo.
Oh,
Was it two?
and that was his second
The second.
GFL tattoo.
It's
he also
awesome.
got Mitchell Fayad's number tattooed on his neck.
Yep.
Sorry, I can't show you where it is and also talking to the microphone.
this
I'll do
is-
this.
there you go.
It's
Yeah, got
tattooed on his
like
neck.
a goddamn
His initials and
warrior.
his fucking number. It's
Like Virak.
so metal.
Or
it's
Shoto.
so fucking metal.
He couldn't
It's the
engrave. He
most
has no
metal.
chitin to engrave, so he got a straight up Mitchell Fayad tattoo.
It's so metal.
So fucking
And
sick.
not only that,
So
it's
sick.
literally Mitchell Fayad's initials and numbers. So
It's
anybody
exact-
who
it's
wants
total
to
quick
know
warrior,
why
man. It's
this
great.
was so important has to ask Mr. Mest why it's important, because it makes fucking no sense
Doesn't
to
matter.
anyone who doesn't know the GFL.
Doesn't matter.
And that's and Mr. Mest did that. So people have to be like, if you know, you know, and if not, you ask.
Yes.
And I feel like he'll tell you.
So, we have uncovered a lot of detail today, ladies and gentlemen. Our holiday episode has uncovered my adoration of Monstery Funko Pops. The fact that we have had Funko Pops made of us, requiring a significant percentage of precious materials that are not able to be found anywhere in the universe. We stole that shit. That was for us. We have talked about the GFL. We've had some new fans, some old fans of the GFL. We have established that you guys have so many books coming out next year. It's ridiculous. It's possibly 4. It's at least 2 right now. Probably 3, maybe 4. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Possibly 6 novels coming out next year. And you guys are the first motherfuckers to find that out. We're done recording. They're done recording.
Go!
Yes.
It's going to be a busy year. Also, somebody, I'm just going to say, since we've stopped recording, somebody in the chat earlier was like, are we ever going to get the GFL in novellas in print?
Oh, yeah. I missed that.
Yes.
We're working on it.
Next year.
So real quick, simple, GFL 7 will be a pilot program for how we can get all of the other novellas in hardcover and deliver them all to you. A and I have been working on this for 15 years. And it's hard to do with 2 people. And we haven't been to the level like we can hire staff. Like we haven't had Brandon Sanderson success. We can hire like 80 people through this giant fucking company. We're very happy with where we are, but we haven't been able to get over that hump. So it's just A and I, and it's all we can do. And frankly, I spend the vast majority of my time writing or talking to you guys. So
right in this room. He spends most of his life
that is correct.
literally right here.
That is correct.
Listen,
That's
you
why
guys,
I surround myself with monsters, because I am one.
we cannot be more grateful for the life we have.
Totally.
And the life we have is because of you guys. So thank you guys so much. Merry Christmas. I hope you guys all have a good Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Hope
Happy
you
Hanukkah.
all have a good New Year. Hope you all have a happy Hanukkah.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa's over, but also that.
I hope you had happy Kwanzaa.
There you go.
Happy.
And Joe and Facebook, Joe Mean says, I'm going to need a bigger bookshelf.
Gonna need a bigger bookshelf.
For sure, for 2026.
Go do your Festivus feats of strength and the airing of the grievances. And there was a solstice or some shit like that. And also, if we missed it, happy Halloween. You guys are great. We'll see you in 2026. Because it's